Hello everyone, welcome to Matt's vlog. My name is Mike and today I'm gonna have a nice and interesting topic. So I'm gonna talk about pimples. So how do you get rid of pimples? Comment on down there so that I can know your ideas on how you get rid of pimples. Hey everyone, now let's get straight to the point. How to get rid of pimples. So basically pimples have three treatments. One of the treatment is called topical treatment, that is on the skin, treatment on the skin, so you can use like ointment and all that. Another treatment is skincare. Skincare is basically, it talks about your lifestyle. Your lifestyle really matters in whether you can get pimples or you won't get pimples. And another medication, there are those medications which are taken orally. So yeah, those are basically like the three treatments of pimples. So I'm gonna go straight to the point, the do's and don'ts, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So if you are trying to cure pimples, there are products that you actually be using. So like you should look for those products which are non-comedogenic. By non-comedogenic, what do I mean? I mean that these are products which they won't clog your pores, because the moment you clog your pores, that is when you're gonna make things seriously like worse, because mainly pimples are due to clogged pores. So if you use products which will also clog your pores, that is even a serious problem. So another thing is you should use ice if you want to relieve pain on your pimples. But basically don't put ice straight to the pimples. You should put a piece of cloth, then put the ice on it. And another way to get rid of pimples, what you do so that you cannot get pimples, is change your lifestyle. Make sure that you don't eat foods which can cause pimples. What do you mean by food which cause pimples? For example, taking too much sugar. You know, when you take too much sugar, it will cause much insulin to be released. So the more insulin is released, the more it will even make things worse, because the higher the insulin, the higher the serum produced, and the higher the serum, the more the blockage of your pores. So if your pores are more blocked, it means your pimples are even gonna get more serious. Another food to avoid is more carbohydrates. As you know, carbohydrates are usually converted into sugar. So more carbohydrate means you're gonna have more sugar, so you're gonna have more insulin produced. So if more insulin is produced, it means things are even gonna be worse, because more serum is gonna be produced and you're gonna get pimples. Another thing is to avoid preserved food. Preserved food, they have grains, like these grains which are easily converted into sugar. So when you take more preserved foods, so those grains are gonna be easily more converted into sugar, and more serum is gonna be produced and cause blockage of your pores. And another thing is to avoid dairy products like milk. Milk actually has a hormone called insulin growth factor 1, IGF-1. So this IGF-1, it also causes serum production to be high. So when serum production is high, means we're gonna be more blockage of your pores, and like it's just gonna make pimples. So that's how pimples are formed. So one thing you should do is use products that are non-comedogenic to avoid blockage of your pores and to avoid the pimples. Another thing is you can use ice to relieve pain. Another thing is to avoid those foods which can lead to pimples. Yeah, so those are basically like things you should do. So we already talked about the do's. Now let's go to the don't. One thing you shouldn't do is don't pop your pimples. Don't pop your pimples. Don't pop your pimples. Because you know, when you pop your pimples, you're gonna leave like scars, like black scars, or sometimes the yellowish, which will make you feel like kinda ugly, you know, like not comfortable going out with some black spots on your face. So one thing I should advise, don't pop your pimples. And another don't is don't use toothpaste. Don't use toothpaste for your pimples, because the moment you use toothpaste, is that toothpaste has a really fast drying effect, and it can cause skin bleaching. That's why I don't advise using toothpaste. Another don't is that don't go for quick fixes and miracle products. They are too good to be true. Don't go for them. Like, just stick to your skin routine. It will really help. It might take some time, but just stick to your skin routine, because those miracle products or like quick fixes, they might even block your pores more and even make things really worse. Like, don't just go for them. Just stick to your skin routine. It might take some time, but you're gonna be well. Last point about the don't. Do not touch your face. Do not like touch your face with dirty hands. My hands are actually clean. So do not touch your face with dirty hands, because you actually be transferring bacteria from your hand to your skin, and that will actually cause your congestion on your pores, and it's gonna lead to pimples. So don't touch your face with dirty hands. Okay, another point, if you really want to pop your pimples, because sometimes I also like feel like I really want to pop my pimples, do not use your hands. Grab a piece of cloth or grab like some tissues, and that is the easy way to pop your pimples, like the safe way. But it's also not advised to pop your pimples, but if you really want to do it the safe way. So some of you might be asking me like, what products do I recommend? For me, the one I know mostly is like Nivea, because Nivea provides a lot of non-comedogenic products. So grabbing Nivea that is written non-comedogenic product for your pimples, that'll be a good choice. So comment down there, what products do you use, or how do you get rid of pimples, so that I want to know also what are your ideas on how to get rid of pimples. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell.